Hello and welcome back to SciTi Tech. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make an 8x8 LED matrix cosplay goggle eyes with using a few simple parts. Let's get started. And these are the items you're going to need to make for this project. The items you're going to need: two 8x8 LED matrix, which uses an HT16K33 microcontroller. And you're also going to need an 8-pin IC socket holder, a 9-volt battery clip, a 9-volt battery, a slide switch, an Arduino Nano, and a Neodymium magnet. Now let's go ahead and assemble this project and let's get started. First, I'm going to take the Arduino Nano and I'm going to take these wires and I want to connect it to the correct pins. I'm going to take the red wire and connect it to 5 volts, solder it into place, cut off the excess, take this black wire and connect it to ground, solder it into place, take this green wire and connect it to A4 or analog 4, solder it into place, and now take the yellow wire and connect it to analog 5, solder it into place, cut off the excess, and there it should look just like this. Next, I'm going to take 4 more wires of the same colors and I'm going to connect the same colors together. First, I'm going to start with the yellow wire and connect it to the other yellow wire. Take the 2 wires, bend them together, twist them together. Since these wires are already solder tinned, I'm going to go ahead and melt the solder so that way they stay together better. And there it should look just like this, and I'll repeat the same process with the other wires. Next, I'm going to take the 8-pin IC socket holder, and what I need to do is modify it. What I want to do is take these wires and connect it to it, since these 8-pin IC socket holders are going to connect to each of these pins that are on the 8x8 LED matrix. But what I need to do is modify the 8-pin IC socket holder by cutting it in half. Before I do that, I need to solder tin it. And there we go, solder tin just like this. And then I'm going to take these flush cutters and simply cut it in half. Cutting in half will give me 2 of these 4-pin connectors, which will connect to the 8x8 LED matrix. There we go, cut in half just like this. Clean it up a little bit. And there, now I can take these 2 4-pin connectors and then connect it to the 8x8 LED matrix. And now I can take these wires and connect them to the 4-pin connectors. This yellow wire connects to SCL. And this yellow wire is connected to A5 or analog 5. Solder it into place. Next, take the green wire that's connected to A4 and connect it to the SDA. Solder it into place. Next, connect ground to ground, 5 volts to VCC. And now repeat the same process by connecting the same wires to the same pins. And it should look just like this when complete. Next, I'm going to take the 9-volt battery clip and I'm going to connect the negative wire over to ground. Solder it into place. And I'll take the positive wire and connect it to VIN or voltage input. Solder it into place. And there, the circuit is now complete. Let's go test it out. Take the 9-volt battery, connect it to the 9-volt battery clip, and instantly it turns on. And as you can see, it works. Later on, I'll take the slide switch and connect it to the positive wire. And now it's time to work on these goggles. And as you can see, these goggles are placed on top of a piece of cardboard. Doing this will prevent the front of the goggles from being scratched up from my messed up workbench. And now it's time to place the circuit inside the goggles. Place it in just like this. And I'll take the Arduino Nano, and I have these input wires, and I want to connect it to the 9-volt battery clip. And what I need to do is take these wires and feed it underneath the goggles. There's a little space over here where I can take the wires and put them through and then connect it to the 9-volt battery clip. So what I need to do is take the 2 wires, twist them gently together so that way they can both go together through this little gap. Take a screwdriver to open up the gap a little bit more, which will make things a little bit easier. And then take the wires and put them through. And there, the wires go through just like this. Next, I'm going to take a shrink tube and place it over the negative wire. Solder the negative to negative. Take the shrink tube and cover up the exposed wires. And I'll take a heat source and shrink the tube. Next, I'm going to take the positive wire from the circuit and solder it to one of the pins of the slide switch. And now take the 9-volt battery clip and solder it to the slide switch. Next, take a little bit of hot glue and glue down these 8x8 LED matrix. Carefully glue it around the 8x8 LED matrix. Put some glue on those wires to keep things insulated, and then glue down the wires to keep the wires glued into place. And there, this 8x8 LED matrix is now glued into place. Now do the same thing with the second one. Carefully position it so that way everything looks more even. Take some more hot glue, glue down the wires to insulate them, and glue down the 8x8 LED matrix, carefully. And there, both the LED matrix is now glued into place. Next, I'm going to take this small piece of cardboard and I want to put it onto the Arduino Nano. Place it right here where there's this Neodymium magnet. And I want to be able to stick it here, which will then keep everything insulated. Place it right here, just like this. Take a small amount of hot glue, place it onto the 8x8 LED matrix, so that way I can glue down the piece of cardboard. Take the piece of cardboard and glue it into place. Next, put a little bit of hot glue onto the Arduino Nano, and the hot glue will remelt the glue that is holding the Neodymium magnet into place. Doing this will make it easier to remove the Neodymium magnet, since it's not needed for this project. And now add a little bit more hot glue to the Arduino Nano. And now take the Arduino Nano and glue it into place. Place some hot glue over here on top of the wires and a little bit on the goggles. Doing this, we'll take these wires and glue the wires down. Make sure the wires are glued into place and it should look just like this. Next, take the 9-volt battery and plug it into the 9-volt battery clip. And what I want to do is take the 9-volt battery and place it right here between the straps. Place it right here, just like this. And it should look just like this. Next, I'm going to take some electrical tape. Put a small amount going right here. Let it go around at least 2 times. Doing this will hold the 9-volt battery into place. And if I ever need to change the battery, I just have to carefully remove the electrical tape. Next, I'm going to go and take the slide switch, and I'm going to place it right here. Put some hot glue onto the goggles. And then take the slide switch and glue it into place. As I turn on the switch, you can see the LED on the Arduino Nano lights up. I don't want that, so what I need to do is take some electrical tape and cover the LED. Press down carefully, make sure that the electrical tape is covering it up properly. And there, now there's no LED light inside. And there, as you can see, the project is now complete. Let's test it out and see how it looks. As you can see, this looks amazing. You can see the eyes are moving around and looking around. Perfect, this actually looks very cool. Now let's see how this looks in lower light. As you can see, this looks amazing in lower light. Awesome. And now it's time to test it out. And as you can see, these are now ready to go. All I have to do is just place it on my head, just like this. Turn on the switch. And there, as you can see, it works. This can make an excellent costume. Maybe a steampunk costume, a cyborg steampunk costume, a future aviator, cyborg aviator.
I don't know, many different types of interesting ideas that you can come up with this idea. It looks very interesting and very, very cool looking. I have to admit, this is one of my new favorite projects that I made. I really like how this turned out. Looks so cool and looks really interesting. You can also do this, although if I do this I can't see anything, but you can place it over your eyes and it will look like these are your eyes. They look really cool, but honestly I can't see anything unless I look on the bottom through here. Very difficult to see. But it looks very cool anyways. Makes it look like these are my eyes.
And there you have it. Now you know how to make your very own 8x8 LED matrix cosplay goggle eyes with using a few simple parts such as 8x8 LED matrix, some goggles, and an Arduino Nano. Thank you for watching SciTech Tech. I hope you learned something new, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and of course click on the bell icon to be notified of future SciTech Tech videos. Till the next tech, goodbye.